Hello, this is Stephen and Jennifer with Iowa Backyard Farmer coming to talk with you today about what is on our 2026 plant list for peppers.
Yeah, so this is a long process every January. We always try and get it out earlier, and then we're like, wait. Let's think about this. It's permanent. But we've kept a lot of things the same, and we've added some new things, and we're excited to share it with you.
Yeah, so things that we are putting into our plant list and our own garden this year. Let's start with the kind of the snacking type of pepper, so a little bit smaller, just really, really sweet ones.
And this is an easy category because I don't think we changed anything from last year. We had tried the candy cane chocolate snacking pepper. I liked it. Did you have any comments on growing it this year that you noticed?
So both the candy cane chocolate and candy cane red, I'll assume,
chocolate cherry and
chocolate cherry and red, very, very similar. The red one does turn a much brighter red when it is mature. The other one turns more of a brown. That's the chocolate name. 2 to 3 inches. They're bigger than a lot of the other snacking peppers, but the flavor is fantastic.
Yeah, the flavor on these is fantastic, and I like the fun striping, especially when they're young.
So other ones that is on our list for snacking type, we've got Just Sweet, which is kind of a mini type of bell, but the flavor is really good. When we trialed all these, as we look through, it feels like we have too many yellows and oranges, but each flavor is so unique that we can't choose one over the other.
Yeah.
And so the Just Sweet is one of my favorites for flavor as well.
Yeah, so we kept that one on. And then we have the Delight series. We have the lemon, orange, and red Delight. Those would be the most like the snacking peppers you might pick up in the grocery store. They're just the right size for snacking. There's not very many seeds inside. The flavor is really good. The flavor of the lemon Delight is probably not as good as the Just Sweet, which is why the Just Sweet stays on there. But they're all very, very good peppers.
Yep. And the last one that's on our snacking pepper list is Yummy. And Yummy has been on our list probably since our very first year of growing plants for sale. And it is just one of the most delicious candy-like peppers you can get. And
yeah.
So
it's delicious, hence the name. I mean, it's really good. And it's kind of an orangey yellow. It's not.
Yeah.
It's in there.
So anyway, that is what we are growing this year for snack peppers. We may trial a few others as well, but based on our trialing in the past, I think these are really still the standouts.
We had tried a whole bunch of different odd ones, like what we had. I don't know, pretty and sweet and stuff. Nothing beat the ones that we had, so we kept them.
Yeah. So let's switch gears and go to the bell peppers. And so historically, we've said, well, bell peppers are bell peppers. Was there any really big differences? But as we've trialed them this last year, some really stood out. And so,
and if you saw our standouts from this last year, you would note that it was a really bad year for us. And I apologize if you have not seen us recently. We had a lot going on, but we did take a lot of video and pictures of our bell pepper trials, and we'll try and make that into a video now that we have a little more time and we're not so stressed. And but that's reflected in what made it on the list.
Yeah. So for a purple one, we stuck with Dragonfly, and that's been out for a couple of years, been very consistent, been a good variety. Anytime you go with the purple, you're going to have a little bit of different fruit characteristics than you are for a green or a red one.
It's not as sweet as a red or a yellow pepper, but if you like the color, it's kind of really fun.
It's really pretty.
It's really pretty.
I think it's the best of the purples.
Yep.
Moving on to those that are maybe more classically used as a green one, although just as an FYI, green peppers are the immature stage, and then most of them turn to red
or yellow
or green. Else. So most of these that we'll start out with will turn to red.
So label them so you can tell which one you meant to eat. Otherwise, you'll be like, why are they all green? I'm only getting green peppers.
Yeah. So California Wonder, heirloom that's been around for pushing close to 100 years. And I keep thinking, oh, there's got to be better ones out there. But even as almost 100-year-old heirloom, California Wonder still produces really good peppers.
Yeah, it was early and they were nice and big. I'll show you in the pictures, but I think we had 14 different varieties or 10 to 14 different varieties of green bell peppers this year in our garden. And California Wonder was still a rock star. So it's still on the list.
Still on the list. Emerald Giant is another heirloom that handles heat really well. Compared to some of the newer hybrids, I wasn't quite as impressed, but considering our garden of neglect, it still produced really well. It's been on our list for a lot of years, and we'll continue to have it there
but
this
it
year.
did face some competition, so we have some new ones too.
Yeah, so a new one that we brought in this year, Habaneros Green, which I'll kind of laugh because some of our best pictures of that are when it actually turned red a little bit later. But I've been trying to find just a really big blocky green tomato or pepper,
Yeah,
like some of the stuff you find in a grocery store, but only out of your own garden.
yeah. So the California Wonder tends to be a little bit smaller, and the Emerald Giant tends to be a little bit longer.
Yep.
So the Habaneros Green is just nice, big, blocky shape.
Yeah, and very productive. And eventually it will turn red.
Yes. And that's delicious too.
But I was super impressed by that. Good disease resistance. It just throughout the season was really good. Another new one that we've brought in this year is New Ace. And New Ace was a pleasant surprise. Productivity-wise was just insane. It the descriptions that I've heard is it seems to not abort flowers, where so many other peppers, if you get 3 flowers, maybe you'll get 1 pepper out of those. New Ace seemed to get a pepper on every single flower. They're not as big and blocky as
they're on the smaller side.
Habaneros Green, but if you're looking for like a 3.5 inch bell pepper, really good, very productive, really early as well. Went through the entire season, but I remember taking pictures early in the season, and usually I go stick 1 or 2 in my hand. And that would be it from that particular picking, because I don't want to pick them immature. But that particular one, I had 2 in my hand and like 7 or 8 sitting on the ground right in front of me because it was just so productive.
Yeah, it was really good. And we did have 3 in a pot, so we did have more than 1 plant for that, but it's really a really good producer.
And it will turn red eventually as well. So the next one is an old heirloom that we've had for a lot of years that has worked well in a lot of environments, especially the cooler environment years.
It's a good northern style bell pepper. If you struggled with getting a nice bell pepper on the north side, King of the North is a good one.
Yeah, so King of the North, and we debated, do we want to keep that one because
New Ace might
New Ace actually comes in earlier.
Yeah,
and so we'll really compare those this year. But King of the North has just been a real standout for us for a lot of years.
Yeah,
so
and New Ace is marketed as being for green, and King of the North is marketed for being a red. So, but there's some overlap.
Yeah, so a lot of overlap between those. Moving to another one that's marketed for being a red one, although it starts out green, is Red Knight.
Yeah.
And that's just been the big red blocky one that we've had for several years with good disease resistance.
And we'd had like 10 different red bell peppers that we trialed it against this spring or this summer. Again, we'll show you in video and pictures if we can get it. But we didn't fertilize and we didn't water because we had such a bad year personally, and we spent weeks where we weren't even in the garden. And from that, the Red Knight of those red bell peppers was still a standout.
Yeah. If you do want one that I'll call a dual purpose, both green and red, I'd probably go with the Habaneros Green, just because that one did really well on both of those phases.
Sides. Yeah.
But Red Knight's been a real standout for us as well.
Yeah.
Changing colors to kind of the yellowish, goldish, orangey ones. So Early Sensation is one that we've had for a couple of years now. A really good pure yellow.
Yeah.
And it does come early, and it does produce well throughout the season.
Has a nice sweet flavor.
So that one's been really good. One that we brought in new this year from our trials this last year, and I look at that and I think, where have you been all my life? Why didn't we have this one earlier? Is Flavor Burst. And Flavor Burst, as we went through the trial season, early on I looked at that and I'm like, man, those are big.
Those are big bells. Yeah.
And they're not near as blocky. They're a little bit more
They're more
pointy.
long. They're more elongated.
Yeah. Starts out lime green and then turns this beautiful golden color. And honestly, most bell peppers have the flavor of a bell pepper. This one, it's almost like they brought in a little bit of a snacking pepper is in the background, and it has an even sweeter, really good flavor. It has
a little extra punch of flavor in that one.
And that one, even in our Garden of Neglect, held its size throughout the entire season. and was very productive all season long.
Yeah, so it made it. Yay!
So that one was a real standout. Happy to have that one in our garden this year as well.
Yeah.
If you do want a real blocky orange one that's just pure orange, not kind of the gold of the Flavor Burst, Nova is a new one that we're bringing in this year as well. It's one that we didn't trial, but we trialed its predecessor, and its predecessor, Mylena, we really liked, was super impressed by. But then to come find out that Nova is the new version of Mylena.
The company we're buying it from replaced it with Nova, and so I was like, oh, okay.
So if they say it's better,
we'll go with that.
I'm trusting that one, but it is our big blocky orange one that we've been looking for a while.
Time. But if you have seeds for Mylena, we loved that one too.
So absolutely.
Another new pepper we're adding this year is a Lamuyo type pepper. It's called Red Impact. It was a beautiful, huge red pepper, sweet, slightly elongated, but really delicious, highly productive, a new favorite.
So moving on from the bell peppers, kind of just there's a whole bunch of different sweet peppers that we really like. Anybody who tries them really likes. But if some people just say, well, I just got to stick with the bell. So we covered the best of the best that we've got there. But other sweet peppers are bringing in one called Round of Hungry this year.
Yeah, and this is going to replace our Tennessee cheese pepper. It's one of those pimento peppers. And I had trouble with the Tennessee cheese peppers being really a compact, kind of flattened shape. And I ended up with bad spots in those on some of them. And Round of Hungry looks really good, a little bit redder, hopefully a little bit better results on that one.
Yeah, hopefully the fruit quality should be better on that one.
Should be good for stuffed peppers. But the Tennessee cheese were so packed with seeds and everything. And that could have been also a little extra water and fertilizer might have fluffed those up a little bit. But we're going to go with Round of Hungry this year.
Yep. Next one up is one we've had for a couple of years, Lesia or Lesia, something like that. It's one that claims to be one of the sweetest peppers around, and we've really liked it. A lot of people really like that one.
Yeah, it's got a really thick wall, like even more than just a regular bell pepper. They do take a little bit longer, and you want to watch them because it's hard to get a red pepper that somebody else didn't want to eat.
Yeah. Yeah, so make sure you watch, pick it when it is ready.
Pick it when it's ready.
Not a day too late.
Yeah.
Next one up, the next several of these are kind of the little bit longer ones. Probably
the bullhorn type shapes.
The bullhorn or the frying types of peppers is what a lot of people call them. You got Cornito Giallo.
We're not good with pronunciation. It's okay.
And that one is super delicious, and grown that one for a few years and been really, really pleased with it.
Yeah, it's got a really good flavor.
And there's an orange one as well that we don't have on the list that's equally as good, but between the two, I think the yellow one is actually the better option.
Yeah.
I have a couple of red ones as well. Carmen is back this year. We haven't sold it for the last couple of years, but super delicious bullhorn type, sweet.
It's my favorite. It's long, it's sweet. I pick it out above most of my other red ones for flavor.
Yeah. So, and then moving on to Marconi Costa Rican Sweet is one we've had for a lot of years. For a Marconi type, it is more broad-shouldered, but if anything that you like about Marconi, this one has it, and maybe even a little bit better.
Yeah, and this one gets standout points in the greenhouse every year because it is a nice sturdy plant and it holds a lot of fruit. It does really well.
Yeah. And the last one on our page for this one is Jimmy Nardello, which we brought in new last year at several people's request, and a lot of people still really love this one.
Yeah, we compared this one to like a Corbaci pepper last year and the Doodalons, the curly long ones. They do tend to have a lot of seeds, and they're going to be a way skinnier, thinner flesh on them than any of the Marconis or the Bells, but they make a really nice frying pepper. You can go halvesies on whether or not a shishito you like that better, but they have really nice flavor. But of those three, the Nardello was my favorite of the long skinnies.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about jalapenos for a minute.
We have a whole page of jalapenos.
So we got a whole page of jalapenos. We've trialed jalapenos the last couple of years.
I think we had 26 different varieties. We had a lot of different varieties.
Certainly over 20.
Yeah.
And so got the best of the best on our list this year. And
So,
we've
or
got,
at least the best of what we liked.
yeah, and
What worked for us.
we've got these ranked by, or in order by heat.
Yep.
And so from the no heat, tricked you, all the way to the hottest
Yep.
one. So tricked you, big, beautiful jalapenos. Just make sure that when you grow these, you've got things labeled so they don't mess it up. But the tricked you's basically a jalapeno flavor without the jalapeno heat.
Yep.
Next one is a mild one that we brought in last year and have been really pleased with, the Pakime. And that one replaced the old Tam.
It's more consistent
because of consistency.
So the Tam was a really nice mild pepper most of the time,
Yeah.
But the size and the heat level is more consistent with this one, and we're looking about 1,500 to 2,000
Scoville
for the heat on this. It's a nice mild jalapeno.
Yeah, and produces really, really well.
And it's a good size.
Yeah. And we brought in another one this year that's new called La Bamba 2, and it's not just the name that we like.
Although that was fun. We had fun with the names anyway.
So La Bamba 2, many consider it the best flavored jalapeno.
Mm-hmm.
And while we didn't do a side-by-side taste test this year, when we did use the La Bamba 2 and like pico and stuff, I noticed it was a very good flavor.
It is a very good flavor. I like it. And we'll a lot of these tests that you're like on the comments, you're like, where did it go? I'm like, we had such a bad summer. We're going to retrial a lot of these things, but this was the standout flavor one from last summer.
Yeah. And heat-wise, it's averages a little bit on the cooler side compared to some of the others. Mm-hmm. So just it's not mild, but it's between mild and medium.
I would pick this one if I was doing like a jalapeno popper, something that you want to have a nice little punch of jalapeno, but maybe you wanted to have two.
Yeah,
you wanted to have two and enjoy both of them.
Yeah, size-wise, these average closer to the 3-inch size, and so I recognize not everybody wants a 5-inch jalapeno for whatever they're making, and so this one both has the flavor and the size. If that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, but it's not too big if you didn't want something that's too big.
Yep. Next one has been on our list since the beginning of time, it feels like, early jalapeno, which is an old heirloom, gets 2.5 inches.
Yeah, it's very small.
It's much smaller compared to the others. Checks really easy, get those little lines and cracks on them. Really good one, very average
it's gonna
flavor and heat.
Yeah, so it's probably mid-range for the heat. Again, 3,000 to 5,000.
Yep.
Yep.
So very typical. So one in heirloom, that is the best of the heirlooms that we've tried, and we tried a bunch of them this last year.
Yeah, we tried Craig's Grande. We tried some other ones. This is what we came up with. Everybody can like what they like.
The best, So a new one that we brought in this year, and this one I would say replaces Jedi, which last year was replaced by the Goliath. I think I like the Jedi maybe a little better, but we were trying something new. But we brought in Pantera.
That's huge.
Which is a little bigger than Jedi. I think it was a little bit earlier.
Than Goliath?
Earlier than both of them, and just a little bit bigger fruits. And so if you want just a big standard jalapeno, this is the one.
Yeah, and it deserved a photo shoot. It was pretty.
So I do have some photos of that we'll put up. And then if you really want the hot end of a jalapeno, Jalafuego claims that it is the hottest of the jalapenos, and very productive, very beautiful fruit.
Very
also
dark
big.
Green. It's got a nice dark green jalapeno.
Yep. So, okay, so that's it for jalapenos. If we look at some of the other, I just call them kind of the Southwestern Mexican types of peppers. So Anaheim. We're going with Charger again. Yep. We've looked at a couple different ones.
And I think we're going to be trying a couple different ones. Charger's not on the spiciest side.
No, it is one of the more mild ones, which is fine for us.
Yep, it works. Makes good green chili.
Been very happy with Charger in the past, and we'll trial it again against several other things and see how it does. On the Ancho Poblano type, we've had for several years, and we'll continue to have this year, Baron. Now, we trialed it against a bunch of other things this last year, and productivity-wise, the first half of the season, Baron was the winner.
It was the standout winner.
It didn't hold on late in the season like some of the others. So it makes me think, wow, you could almost have an early season one and a late season one, but we didn't gather enough data to do
and we
that.
didn't take care of them because
They were ignored.
They were ignored.
But
Baron is a really good one, and it'll get you peppers really quick.
Yeah. And a lot of people still claim it's the best flavor of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we won't bring another one on until we can verify that there's something even better.
Yeah.
But
although
we
if
were
you
happy with that.
had a Trident, I think was my second.
So
or Sargento.
There were several.
There's a couple.
There were several others that really late in the season that really impressed us.
Yeah.
But early in the season, Baron was by far the best one.
Yep.
Keeping in that Southwest style theme, Chili de Arbol. I think that's an heirloom one.
Yeah. And it's really productive. We grew a lot of them. I like to dry them and put them in salsas and dishes and stuff. They're kind of fiery like a cayenne pepper, but they have a better fruitier flavor to me. It's kind of a distinct, yummy flavor, and I like it a lot. Use them dried mostly.
Yeah. And then moving on, still with those Southwest types of flavors, we got Guajillo, Mirasol types of peppers, and we landed on Durango.
Yeah, Durango. So I'm using this dried to make enchilada sauce and things like that. And we had tried just kind of a, generic Guajillo, something from who knows where. And Durango, being a hybrid, was a better. It
was much more productive, and the fruit quality stayed. The others that we tried, and same thing when we get to the Pasilla here in just a minute, the others that we tried, it was like they got to the ripe point and then they went bad like the next day.
Yeah, it was hard to catch them.
Durango gave us a broader window to harvest from.
Yep.
And boy, it makes the most delicious enchilada sauces.
It does. It's not very hot. It's on the mild side of a jalapeno, where you're 2,000 to 5,000, and it makes a really good sauce.
Yep. Pasilla, I mentioned we tried multiple different pasillas this year. Ended up sticking with the Holy Moly, which is a newer hybrid version. But again, the others didn't hold up fruit quality wise.
They didn't, not here, not in Iowa. It could have been the rain, could have been other things, but I was impressed with that one. So Holy Moly for the win on the Pasilla.
Yep, and that was a 2007 AAS winner. The seeds are getting harder and harder to find for that one. So just as an FYI, I bought like 7 years worth of seeds this week. So hopefully we can still keep that one going.
Yeah.
Another one that we're bringing in new, and this is based on when we were in Colorado looking at the peppers.
The dried chilies.
The dried chilies in the store. And I was like, oh, we've got varieties for all of these except this one right here in the middle called Puya.
Yeah, I don't have this one and I need this one. And this is going to be about a jalapeno level heat, but typically they're used dried. And they have a really, I don't know how you describe the flavor. It's more fruity than a guajillo. It's got more substance to it. So if you're putting it in the sauce, you're going to add a little heat. You're going to add these fruity undertones. And I'm excited to try that one. And if you want to try a new thing, you can try it with me.
Yep. Another one we've had for a couple of years, crazy productive. It's a Santa Fe pepper called Havasu. And I don't know that we've got a more productive variety anywhere in our garden, honestly. And pretty-wise, it's amongst the most pretty. But how do you use those?
I like these in my breakfast stuff. So if we make breakfast potato burritos or eggs of any sort, or you want anything that wants a really nice pepper flavor and a little bit of a punch, this is a really good pepper. It's thicker walled. You could roast this and peel it. You could use this in chili rellenos. Mm-hmm. It is undervalued as people are trying things. I like it better. Like if you were just going to put a jalapeno in something, this has more flavor. If you were going to put something spicy in it, this has, even spicier. This has more flavor. It's just a nice pepper. It's a nice pepper.
Yep, very good. And the last two on this section, we've got a couple of Serranos. We've got Altiplano, which is a standard Serrano heat. Really good flavor. Love that one in pico.
It's a nice larger size.
And it is larger. And then we also brought in last year, and after trialing it as well, wanted to keep it, the Cajons, or the New Mex Cajons is what it's called. And it's much more mild. And I had expected as an open pollinated that it wouldn't produce the same amount or same size or same quality as the Altiplano, but
It kept up.
it kept up.
It kept up.
It kept up with all those things: size, quality, productivity, all that. So
yeah, and it was beautiful. They got away from us. We had so many, and Stephen has pictures of them in October with the whole bush covered with bright red serrano peppers that I can't figure out what to do with because we had a lot.
We had a lot. My biggest concern on that one is it's the seeds. When I buy the seeds, they limit how many I can get. So we may have to make separate orders under like your name next time, so we can get enough.
But it's really good if you like the nice clean flavor of a serrano in your pico. But you don't want all that much heat. This might be a good meat mix for you.
Yep. Very good. So let's switch gears. We like to make a lot of paprika, smoked paprika every year. Use that in a lot of dishes.
Put it in everything.
Our kids now even ask for that for like Christmas presents.
Our college kids are like, I'm out of pepper powder, so I have to keep making more and more.
Yep. So on the peppers that we use for smoked paprika, and this goes back to a big trial we did about 1.5 years ago, which is still one of my most favorite trials that we've ever done. Narrowed it down to the same ones that we did the year ago. So black Hungarian.
I know they're the same because I love them. Black Hungarian, and you have the Klaska.
Kaloksa.
That
C and the S is really hard to keep straight. Kaloksa, Capia, Lutschauer, and Utri.
And that's ranked in order of ascending heat. So
yeah. Well, actually,
or no, you didn't do that.
I didn't do the heat order on this one. So
never mind.
Anyway, all different heats. You can see them on our list, but those were all absolute standouts in our paprika taste trial.
And we grew them again this last summer, and they all still worked, even with the higher disease pressure that we had.
Yeah, and diseases was not an issue for us at all. Very impressed with all of them. Yeah. So, and all those are heirlooms. We are going to trial some hybrid versions of some of these.
Yeah, because some of those are kind of like the Capia pepper is not a specific variety necessarily. It's kind of general.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can get.
So moving on, we do have a whole page of cayenne peppers on our list this year. And this one is ordered by no heat, or, basically no heat to heat that I can't handle.
Yes.
Which is not very high.
We're getting to the upper range of what Stephen was actually willing to eat.
Yeah. So a typical historical cayenne, you're looking at 30 to 50,000 heat units. And so pretty hot. You're looking at it's basically 10 times the heat of a jalapeno.
Yeah.
So that's standard, and that's where we end up on the hot end. So if we look at the mild end, cayenne, the Wildcat is a really new hybrid that we grew this year, and we're really impressed. Very productive, dark, beautiful red fruit, long, big. And
it was way bigger than our other cayennes, but the fruit quality of that was really high. The color was really good. So if you're drying it and making it into a powder, it's going to have a beautiful color to the powder.
And if you're thinking, well, I don't have a use for a really mild cayenne, but you're making cayenne pepper, this could be an opportunity if you really want to have something hotter. You can customize your heat level based on how much of the Wildcat you put in.
Yeah, I make a custom cayenne powder, and I blend the golden with the reds and stuff, and just you get the right heat that you want.
Yeah. Next one, just a little bit hotter. So think of jalapeno or just a hair hotter at about 6,000 Scoville heat units is the Raja. And that one we're bringing in for the first time. Very productive, really pretty fruit on that one.
Yeah, and we haven't tried this one, but I was sold on the description, and it says nice things about its strong root system and its productivity, and that it's adaptable for different ranges and difficult situations. And I'm excited to have one in that just slightly spicy heat range, because that's something that's easy to put in a dish.
Yep. Next one, and this is really right in the middle of our heat range, is Red Ember, and we've sold that one for a couple of years as well.
And grown it, and it makes a really beautiful sauce or powder.
Yep, so really good. So that's 15,000 to 20,000 heat units, and a really nice one. Getting on the more standard historical heat level of 30,000 to 50,000, we're bringing in Red Flame this year, and it's not one that we have grown, but the description made me
It's
think
got nice
that's our
thin
best
walls that
option.
are going to be nice for drying, and it'll be it says it's got a sweet flavor, and so it should dry down quickly. It should be very useful.
Yeah, and then the last one is our golden cayenne, which we've had for a lot of years as well. Heirloom, that just really really pretty.
It is really pretty,
but it does have the heat of a typical cayenne.
I know. I like that one. That's why when we do a blend, but I like the colors. You can make like a little sand painting with all the different things, shake it up. I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Yep. So if you've got interest in cayennes, we range from 500 Scoville heat units with the Wildcat all the way up to that 30 to 50,000 with Red Flame and the Golden. So going on to the next page, let's switch to banana types of peppers.
Yeah.
So bananas range from sweet, or at least I'll say no heat, up to some pretty hot ones. And we've sold a ton of the sweet banana goddess. Been very good, very productive.
But you might want a spicy sandwich.
But if you want something that's a little more spicy, we've brought in hot sunset, which takes us from basically 0 heat with the goddess to 600 or 800. So still very mild. If you like just a tiny bit of zing, hot sunset was very productive in our trials this year.
Yeah, and it's a really fun add in a fresh pico to add some banana pepper. The flavor on those is really really delicious. And we pickled some, and then you can add those pickled banana rings. You can add them to eggs, you could add them to sandwiches, you could add them to fresh salsas. They're delightful. They're really a good flavor.
We moved to just a little bit hotter. We've brought in blazing, had that in our trials this last year as well. So 3,000 to 6,000 Scoville heat units. So it's not the hottest of the hot bananas, but crazy productive in our trials this year.
Yeah, I was impressed with all of them, and they're good to do.
Yep. And then the last one on that list is the old heirloom Hungarian hot wax. So it doesn't have the word banana in it in its name, but it's a classic hot banana.
It's a classic hot banana, and it's hotter than the other ones, and it's really good in a salsa recipe.
Yeah,
I like it.
And one thing I will note for the others that are all hybrids, they are earlier producing. Hungarian hot wax is one that towards the end of the season we're like, whoa, there's a lot of peppers out here.
Yeah.
But they come late. These others produce a lot throughout the entire season.
Yeah.
So switch gears again. Let's look at habaneros.
This is so fun. This is my speed. I love these, and we have added some new fun things on here.
Yeah, so historically we've sold 2 or 3 different ones of varying heat levels, decided to make our own page because there are so many different kinds, and there's more options to choose from than ever before, from the newest hybrids. The access we now have to some of these really cool heirlooms from different countries is really amazing as well. This one I did order by heat level.
Okay.
And so the Stephen can handle it heat level versus the Jennifer can handle it versus the Jennifer can't handle it.
Yeah, that's right.
Level.
We do max me out here too.
So I did bring in this year the habanada, which is basically a heatless version. And this one was brought up actually in an interview we had a couple days ago with somebody, and they said, "Oh, we really want to grow a habanada." And I'm like, "Yeah, we're going to have that on our list as soon as I add it," which we did. And that one, for all of the different heatless types of habaneros, that one seems to have the most consistent comments and reviews about it being a really good flavor.
Yep.
We've tried other ones. Roulette is one we've done in the past where it was I don't know that the flavor was great. The heat was where it was supposed to be for 9 out of 10, and then the 10th one was super hot.
Hence
That's the name, roulette.
Roulette.
And that one, we've sold that one in the past. I think this one is going to be a more consistent, better flavor and heat level.
Yep.
So basically no heat on that one. It's moving up just a little bit to Burning Bush, which is one we've had for a long time.
Oh, and I love this one. And this one goes in our picos that we love to. As long as you keep eating it, it doesn't burn.
As soon as you stop eating it.
As soon as you stop, it hurts. But it's really good. It's got a nice flavor. It's got a pretty color. It's pretty productive. I like it.
Yeah, and so that one's 15 to 20,000 Scoville heat units.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's kind of in the middle.
it's
Middle low.
it's middle low, fairly mild compared to some of the others. We did bring in one this year called Primero, which is a red one, a little bit more heat. Still only about a third of what a standard historical one has. So if you want a little bit more heat, but not that much heat, this Primero should be a really good one.
It's only 50 to 70. So if a jalapeno is around 5,000, we have jumped to 50 to 70. So a little more heat might feel like a lot of
yeah.
if you're comparing it. But
so it is a red one. It is an early one that produces well throughout the whole season.
It is.
And comes highly recommended. Excited about that one. Another new one that we are trying this year, again based on lots of recommendations, is Fatale.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is 125 to 325,000.
It's supposed to have a little lemon and lime flavor to it.
So so that's basically the hot one. It has a descendant from Africa apparently. Mm-hmm. Most of the others come from the Caribbean type of geographies, but there are a handful of habaneros that come from Africa, and this is one of them. Extremely highly recommended. Super excited about that one.
It's going to add a more complex flavor, I think, too.
Yeah.
So if you can taste it. If you can taste
and
it.
then the last one that we have on our habanero page, and this one sort of replaces the Caribbean red, which we've had for a number of years, but we got a string of
bad seeds.
Mismarked seeds. So if you bought from us in the past, I'm sorry. Let us know if you did not get one that actually was that, and we'll take care of you there. But we brought in Velociraptor.
Yeah, which I picked on the name because I think that's really cute. Plus, it bites really hard. It's a 150 to 250,000 Scoville.
Yeah, so it's not. It is a standard habanero heat.
Yep.
Not as hot as the Caribbean red was. Hopefully, it's actually the right product this time.
Yeah.
And early maturing, good heat.
Bright
classic
red
shape, and so just really good flavor from everything that we've heard, and so excited to have that one. And the name's really fun too.
And the name's fun too.
So moving on to even a little bit more heat than I will typically try. We have 3 Scotch bonnets, and I know as I look through other options, there are a lot more Scotch bonnet options out there. Try to just stick with a couple of more classic ones, but also the best flavored ones. It's hard to know where to stop on these.
I know. So we're not trying to hurt anybody here with heat. Most of the time when we're adding something, we're like, look up a recipe, see if anybody's actually using it. And these are used in some really delicious sounding recipes. And so I'm like, oh, if somebody's eating it, it's got to be fantastic.
Yeah. So we have a red Scotch bonnet. We have a yellow Scotch bonnet. Had those for a couple of years. Just the wildly popular classic ones that you're used to seeing. We did bring in one this year called Freeport Orange Scotch bonnet. I was looking for an orange one, and that one popped up. Actually, even before I was looking for it, and highly recommend that you try this. And I'm like, oh, what is AI leading me to in this Freeport Orange one? Widely claimed as the best tasting pepper ever.
Yeah, so this is going to have a tropical fruit flavor to this one, hopefully.
Yeah, and saw multiple videos of it. Productivity wise, holy ton of peppers. And so this is not a hey, you picked 2 or 3 and you're happy. This is a watch out, you're going to have 40 or 50 peppers on your plant, which
is good that there's so many recipes that use it, because if you look up recipes for this one, there was a lot.
There was a lot for this one. So I'm really excited about this one. I'm not sure how I am going to do it, even because I can't handle jalapenos. So we'll figure something out. We'll figure it out.
Taste test later.
So as we look at just some other milder types of peppers, so most of those others were in a category. This is kind of a lot of everything else, and then we'll go on from there.
First one up is Ají Dulce. It looks like a Scotch bonnet, but it only has a Scoville rating of about 500 to 1,000. It'd be really good in bean dishes or sofritos or soups, and it's really pretty.
So Apple Crisp is one that we trialed 2 years ago, brought in, and we were like, that is the craziest, most crispy, crunchy, delicious pepper that I've ever had. and sometimes you get a little zing of heat
Yeah,
at the end.
sometimes you get a little zing.
And
But we had it in our paprika trials, and it wasn't our favorite for paprika, but for fresh eating, you cannot beat this thing for crunch. Don't eat the seeds; they're a little bitter, and every once in a while there's a zing. It's kind of fun.
yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Oscilio Thin Skin is one that one of our customers asked us to add a couple of years ago, and it looks kind of like a bell pepper, but it is a mild. I don't know, how would you describe it?
I would say it's a little bit more savory than sweet, and
Yeah.
so it's not that it's hot; it just has a more complex flavor than a bell pepper would.
Yeah.
And so it's good. It's good for eating.
It's good for eating. I would fry it up. I think it's a really unique pepper that's really good. Brought back. It's been a couple of years since we've had one called Flaming Flare. It's a Fresno pepper. And
so this would be like jalapeno level heat, but red.
Bright red, little thinner skin.
Yep. It's supposed to have really good flavor. We've had it before, I think, and liked it. We'll try it again.
Yeah, see what people think. One we've had for a long time is Greek pepperoncini.
Yep, and this is really good. We've pickled these and done other things with them. They're really good flavor. I like this mild section just because the flavors are so distinct and you would recognize them. I don't know how to say it. They've got more to them than just water and crunch.
Yeah,
and heat.
And if you're wondering where have you heard this before, if you go buy a pizza and it comes in a box, and in the box is a pepper,
it's probably a pepperoncini.
Most likely a pepperoncini. And so when I think of those,
you think pizza.
I want a pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not that we'd have it on the pizza, but it is the flavor that is in the box beside the pizza.
Another fun one we're bringing back is the Cubanelle. It has a honey, fruitier flavor, more savory than a bell, and just a little bit of spice. It makes it a really nice add to dishes. And one that I'll be trying for the first time is called fushimi. It's a sweet pepper that a Japanese heirloom that you can eat straight from the vine. You could fry it, add it to stir fries, or grill them. I'm really excited to try this new flavor.
Next one that fits in this category is a shishito, and we trialed multiple different ones this year, but Mellow Star is one we've kept on our list the last couple of years, and it won the trials this year as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. It stays green a little bit longer. The flavor is really good. Productivity is really good.
Yep, and if you've never tried a shishito pepper before, highly recommend that you look up some recipes, fry some up, and I think you'll be sold.
Yeah, and we even turned it into powder one year, and it's really good that way too.
Yep. A new one that we are bringing in this year is called Trinidad Pimento. It is an heirloom, and
from Trinidad.
From Trinidad and Tobago. It is extremely popular there.
Yeah,
and it's unlike some of the other things. I mean, so it looks kind of like a hot habanero, but it's basically heatless. It's not a habanero.
Yeah,
it is a pimento,
but it would be a mild cooking pepper, so you're getting this ton of flavor.
Yeah. Yep.
One we trialed last year and loved is called Venezuelan Tiger. It's really sweet with a little heat, and the coloration on it is really pretty. I think if you give it a try, you'd really like it. It's kind of fun to grow.
Okay, moving on to some of the other peppers that have more heat than the mild ones that we just reviewed. So one that we're bringing in this year, Sugar Rush Stripey.
And I get this recommendation a lot, and I like it because it's stripy, and I like that it is 25 to 50,000 Scoville. Good flavor. I would maybe do this like in a peach salsa where you get a really sweet and a spicy. I think those flavors go together really well.
Yeah, and so that one
got a little citrus flavor to it.
That one is related to the Sugar Rush peach, which we also have on our list and have had the last couple of years. Yep. The stripey version, however that one came about, it seems to be about half the heat of the Sugar Rush itself, but I'd use it for all the same kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and we've grown that for a couple of years as well. I have not gone out and just taken a bite off of it just as is, but how we've used them has been really good.
Yeah. One of my favorite peppers is making a comeback this year. Aji Rico is one of my favorites, and it's an early and very productive aji type pepper. It's very fragrant. It's got a lovely citrusy kick. We used it a lot when we were learning to make smoked paprika. It makes a really good powder. It's really good fresh. It's a lot of fun to grow, and you'll get a lot. Really love it. Hope you give it a try.
Ají amarillo. So a Peruvian, I believe.
Yeah, I like the
stuff that's
ají
in Peru.
peppers, and we've grown a lot of them over the years. I like the ají rico. We've had that one on our list before. This one is a larger plant. If you're growing it, I put it in the pots, and some of my really hot peppers grow really slow. The ají is not one of those, and this one gets pretty tall.
Yeah. Yeah. And so while we've got on here just the original ají amarillo, there is actually another one I bought seeds of. You don't know this yet. Oh. There's another ají amarillo that is like Cinchilla, something like that, that is smaller ají ricos. And so instead of having 4 to 5 inches, it's like 3 to 4 inches. But the original days to maturity is about 90. This other one, days to maturity, is like 70. So 2 to 3 weeks earlier. If any of you have tried that one, let me know. The plan is to go forward with the original, but if somebody knows something about this other one, I'm really curious what people think about that.
Yeah, but the ajís have a really distinct flavor. Even in the greenhouse, you get these. I'm just watering, and I'm just watering the leaves, and I'm like, oh, that was an ají, because it's just got this really, really delicious fragrance and taste to them. Because I love them so much, we're also adding an ají charapita. I'm excited to try this one. It's little and tiny and about as hot as a cayenne. It kind of reminds me of our chiltepín peppers that we tried last year that are way hotter than that, but they're also really fun, and we dried them, and you can add a lot of spice in just a little bit with this pepper.
Yeah,
they're really good.
They're really cool. And so there were some other ahis that we'd had on our list previously. Didn't sell a lot. We took them off, but I'm like,
but it's not because we didn't like them.
Yeah,
I just can't grow everything.
If we can get other people to want them, we would add those back.
But there's always room for one more. This is Santaka we're going to be trying. It's a Japanese style hot pepper. It's about 2 inches long with a nice clean heat on it. It would be good in a stir fry or lots of dishes. It kind of grows in clusters. It looks really productive. I'm excited to try it.
On our list also this year is the Bolivian rainbow pepper. So we've sold that one the last couple of years in a hanging basket, and then uniquely people would return the basket. So I'm like, well, if you don't want it in a basket, we'll just offer it as a standard potted plant.
Yeah.
And that one, that's the one where you got all the pretty colors to it, and there's some really heat to it if you want to eat it.
It is normally used as an ornamental pepper. I would advise you, if you have small children, to not let them use it like chapstick, because everybody's like, oh, look, that's cute. I rub it on my lips. It will bite you.
They will only do that once.
They only do it once. It's memorable.
Yeah. So then down to our last two. So we were adding in new this year, super chili. And somebody asked us last year, do you have super chili?
And I was like,
and they asked multiple times, do you have super chili? And I'm like, I'm not sure what you're talking about. We've got some really wonderful chili peppers. And then we actually found this one and I went, oh yeah. Okay.
And we grew it last year and loved it. It's a really good, very productive, very compact plant.
It is. And it looks similar, not the same, but similar to like the hot Thai peppers.
Yeah.
And can be used in a lot of the same dishes as hot Thai peppers, but the heat is like
a little bit
40 to 50,000 heat units versus 50 to 100,000 of the hot Thai. So we have both of those on our list. And so some people who have always wanted hot Thai can still get the hot Thai. If you want something that's a little milder,
but sort of the same use and flavor profile, you could get the super chili.
Yeah. So that is the wraps us up. Super chili, then the hot Thai pepper. And that is our full list of peppers that we're selling this year, but also we'll be trialing a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
If there's stuff that you're thinking, man, you should have had on your list this, or boy, have you trialed this? We'd love to have you trial that. Put it down in the comments. Love to go through the questions. We've not been real good. The last part of last year was awful, but we're back to being able to respond to those things. And it's still early enough that if you want us to try something else, let us know that. So a big request, if you could like and subscribe to our channel, that really does help things out. And I think that's it for today. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Bye.